I know Trump is such a divisive figure, but honestly, if you've heard me once, you've heard me 1,000 times say this. But I think Trump is somebody who should take seriously, but not literally. You can't take a dude who speaks in hyperbole literally, but you could take him seriously. And honestly, I'm picking up what he's putting down when he's talking about our military leaders, our generals. And listen to what he has to say about this guy named Bolton.
And he was right, but he was good in a certain way. He's a nut job. And every time I had to deal with a country, when they saw this whack job standing behind me, they said, oh, man, Trump's going to go to war with us. He was with Bush when they went stupidly into the Middle East. They should have never done it. I used to say it as a civilian. So I always got more publicity than other people. And it wasn't like I was trying. In fact, I don't know exactly why. Maybe you can tell me why.
Oh, I could definitely tell you.
Electric foot.
You said a lot of wild shit.
With that guy. And I said, oh, man, I wish you told me this 2 weeks ago. I already hired him. You know, he's here. And he was right. But
Trump is making
he was
Joe
good in
laugh.
a certain way. He's a nut job. And every time I had to deal with a country, when they saw this whack job standing behind me, they said, oh, man, Trump's going to go to war with us. He was with Bush when they went stupidly into the Middle East. They should have never done it. I used to say it as a civilian. So I always got more publicity than other people. And it wasn't like I was trying. In fact, I don't know exactly why. Maybe you can tell me why.
Oh, I could definitely tell you. You said a lot of wild shit.
Maybe.
Maybe you said a lot of wild shit, and then CNN.
He about made Trump
and
laugh. I think it is so cool that Trump has the ability, the aura, as the kids would say, to make the comedians laugh. He's gone on Theo Von's podcast. He's made Theo laugh. He's gone on Aiden Ross, made Aiden Ross laugh, even though he's not a comedian. But he did go on Andrew Schultz, and he had that whole group laughing, slapping knees, getting up, and he even makes Joe laugh. And Joe is like the comedian. To me, this is great. And you know, during this part into the podcast, Joe and Trump are talking about how the media really has turned on Trump, and you definitely see between the two parties, you have one side of the party that is like all about stars, all about aura, which is the Republican side. If you're a strong person with a ton of aura, you can get people to follow you. But the Democratic Party, it's like that's the machine, right? You are not bigger than the machine. And if you try to get bigger than the machine, then they will kindly move you to the side. I mean, hear what Trump and Joe have to say about this. Great hardcore businessman who was able to have all of that aura, bring it in. The Republican Party followed along. And now we are in this soap opera that we call American politics.
Say everything. It's very rehearsed. You never get to the meat of it. One of the beautiful things about you is that you freeball. Like you get out and you do these huge events, and you're just talking and you're making. We've highlighted you on the show many times when you did this Biden impression where he's walking around, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's funny. It's stand up. It's funny stuff. But it's like you and you were making fun of Elon one time. You were doing an Elon impression. It's great. You have like comedic instincts. Like when you said to Hillary, "You'd be in jail."
Trump smiled when he just got a compliment saying you got comedic instincts from Joe Rogan. He smiles and just is like, thanks, bro.
Like that's great timing.
Yeah.
But it's like that kind of stuff was unheard of as a politician. Like no one had done that. And I think
You know, it's funny. You need at least the attitude of a comedian when you're doing this business. This is a very dangerous business, first of all. It's a very tough business.
It's the most dangerous business.
It's the most, well, for a job?
Yes. I mean, other than going to war and being a firefighter or being a cop, it's the most dangerous business.
It's the most dangerous. Being president is the most dangerous.
Especially you. I mean, you haven't even got to the election. There's been 2 assassination attempts.
3. When it comes to Trump, right, we're going to get a few different things always. We're going to get taxes, we're going to get tariffs, and we're going to get hyperbole. But I'm here for it. And Trump and Joe, during this 3-hour podcast, they start talking about federal income tax. Why America even started it, and it was because of pressure from other countries. I started listening to this last night, and granted, I might have been a few margaritas in, so I really wasn't comprehending it like I am now. But wow, these are some really powerful freaking words. You guys should listen.
In the 1900s, they switched over stupidly to, frankly, an income tax. And you know why? Because countries were putting a lot of pressure on America. We don't want to pay tariffs. Please don't. You know, believe me, they control our politicians. if you look at the kind of numbers that these guys make then and now, but we had a commission meeting in the I think it was 1887. Think of this problem. We were so rich, we had so much money, we didn't know what to do. So they set up a blue ribbon commission on tariffs, and the sole purpose is what to do with all the money we had. We were so rich because we were taxing other people for coming in and taking our jobs. And China does it. That's what China did. If you want to open a factory and sell cars, if you build a factory here or have a factory, they don't take our cars. They wouldn't take our cars. But if you build a plant in China, you can do that. Elon did that. By the way, Elon is great. That guy is such a great guy. I think you're a fan of
I love
Elon.
him.
I
He is
love
from
this.
a different planet. He's the
I love
greatest
this.
guy.
I love
that
this.
rocket
Hell
coming
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I told the story once or twice, so you may have heard it because these speeches have been good. Did you see the one last night?
Yeah, I did.
29,000 people. That was
Yeah.
and the one the night before was the same thing. We are rocking and rolling. But
Hell yeah.
Elon,
Man, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to see this conversation, to hear all of it. I love how Trump is able to weave and start talking about like the federal income, and then start giving praise to Elon, and then he's able to come back full circle. But this whole interview, it's not all, sunshine and rainbows. There was this really awkward part, at least in my eyes, where Trump is saying like, "I think I know you better than maybe your wife," or something along those lines. And I heard that, and it made me a little uncomfortable.
then he was, you know what? Without speaking to you, I think I know you maybe almost as well as your wife. I have watched you for so many years. You're not a Kamala person. You're a
Oh God.
Khabib person, but you're not a Kamala person. Nobody's going to know who Khabib is, but
Oh, they know who
he
Khabib
was.
is.
He was not bad, right? That guy.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
But that's your kind of
Your
person.
weave is getting wide. We're getting wide with
my
this
weave.
weave.
But isn't it
I want
much
to bring
better?
it back to tariffs.
But wait one second before we finish with tariffs. So they said, could you get him? We need Starlink. And I call Elon. He got it for him so fast, saved so many lives. And I said, how was it? They said, better than the wires. They couldn't put them in. They were all gone. So getting
I
back to
used it
tariffs.
recently in Utah
It's
in the
great.
mountains.
Did you find it good?
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's the size of a iPad. You just set it down on the ground. You get high-speed internet. It's incredible.
We're spending, just to show you, we're spending $1 trillion to get cables all over the country, right? Up to upstate areas where you have like 2 farms and they're spending millions of dollars to have
Well,
a cable.
talk about the
Elon can do it for
$42 billion
nothing.
that was wasted on this internet access program. That they didn't get
That's
anybody
possible. They haven't
access
hooked
to
up.
internet.
They haven't hooked up one person.
Not one
yet.
person. They
That's
spent
right.
$42 billion. They
right.
could have gotten Starlinks to everybody with that kind of money.
For almost nothing.
Yeah.
Whoa, we could have had free internet? We could have had free fucking internet? What? I was too busy doing kettlebell swings. Is that what I'm hearing? The revelation to me that we could have had a free fucking internet. We spent $40 billion on getting internet access to people. Sure, we got 5G, but I'd rather everyone just have a Starlink and be able to throw it outside and get 5G that way without any cables in the ground, running any fiber optics, anything like that. I mean, truthfully, Elon and his Starlink it's insane. It truly is. It's one of a kind. And man, we need more people like Elon. But we could have had free internet.
I said, but what do they make at 4 or 5? He said, at 4 or 5, they're going to go and vote. At 17, they're not going to go and vote.
So
But
it's
think of it. I was 7.
manipulative.
This is the Washington Post ABC poll. I was down 17 points in Wisconsin, and I won. It's
Yo.
crooked stuff.
There's a lot of crooked stuff, and I wanted to talk about that too because one of the things that people talk about with you is the denial of the results. And I think J.D. Vance did a brilliant job the other day when he was being interviewed, and they asked him, did Trump lose the 2020 election? And he turned it around and said, was there legitimate election interference in suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story on social media? And was that a concerted effort?
Well, they say
to
it made
hide-
10-point difference, and I lost by one tenth of a point.
It is.
They say it was 22,000 votes, but look, it was much more than that. And I appreciate J.D. Vance saying that. And by the way, I think he was a great pick. Do you like JD as a
I like
pick?
him a lot. Yeah.
You're allowed to say that. As
No, I do. I like him
No,
a lot.
I think he's good.
I think he's a brilliant guy, and I think his ability to talk like a normal human being. You did my friend Theo Vaughn's podcast,
Right.
and he just did it.
How did he do
He
with
did
it?
great. He just talks
Is that
like
why
a
you
normal
called me
human
to
being.
do this? Is that why you called me to do this?
No, we were.
Only kidding.
I was.
He was a nice
once
guy.
they shot you, I was like, he's got to.
I don't understand how somebody could watch this interview and think that Trump is mentally not fit or any of these things. The dude is making Joe Rogan laugh. They're bobbing, they're weaving in the conversation. They're having fun. Even talking about JD and how intellectual he is about him being able to get a question, flip it on his head, and get it back to the other person. It's especially in these debates because it feels like the Republicans were really Trump's ticket just gets walked by the media, right? And it's cool to hear him talk about that, but everyone has their things, right? Everyone has the things that they're into that they like. Trump is such a unique guy. He's not into like Formula One cars or anything like that. He likes airplanes and farm animals. Just listen to this, like F1 Formula cars. Everyone has the thing that they like. Apparently, this guy, he likes cows and he likes airplanes.
I don't see the lights up there, Captain. Sure, we're okay. So I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Problem with exaggerating, they'll tell the story. They'll say Trump was a coward. So I'm sitting with him. He goes, 500, and I'm telling you, there wasn't a light on the runway, nothing. And we're going in. You okay, Captain? Everything good? Yes, sir. No problem. We'll be down in about 1 minute, sir. And I'm telling you, Joe, there's always a light. There's not a little pin. And all of a sudden, psh, and you hear, blah, blah, perfect landing like glass. That's how good. I mean, these guys, between the equipment and it's genius. It's pure. It was so dark, you couldn't see a thing. There was no runway. You wouldn't know where the hell you are. You're in the middle of a desert. And then I got out of the plane. I said, thank you, Captain. That's a great job. And then I got out of the plane, and I'm going down, and I see a general and another general. And I see a staff sergeant, a drill sergeant, and various guys, all central casting. Central casting. They said, sir, would you like to rest? I said, I don't want to rest. I want to figure out what the hell are we doing with ISIS. I'm hearing we can't. It's going to take years. No, sir, we can do it very quickly, sir. And anyway, we go into the room. Biden would have taken a nap for 4 days and then left without a meeting. So we go into the room, and they have these guys. I say, how long can you do it? How long? We can do it in a couple of weeks,
cool.
sir.
So, man, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I think Trump I think he's funny. And I think it's awesome to see him make other comedians laugh. And during this interview where Joe is interviewing Trump, it kind of loosens up and it gets so loosey-goosey that Trump starts just talking to Joe about fighting. And they're both dudes who like mixed martial arts. So Trump is just talking to him about the thing that he likes. And it's just, I don't know. To me, it was authentic, and it's so nice to see. I want to see more of this in politics.
It's crazy. Some guys can do 2 baseball bats. Someone will hold the baseball bat and they just kick right through them.
But see,
their
I
shins
watch
almost
your
get numb.
enthusiasm now, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why you're good at what. That's why nobody does this better. Without the enthusiasm, forget it.
Well, it has to be authentic. Like that. I mean, the only reason why I do MMA commentary is because I'm very interested in it for real. I don't have to manufacture it. I'm very interested. So I think
you love
that's
going in there after the fight, and they're sweating all over you. They're slopping all over you.
They pee on me.
They're bleeding.
Sometimes their nose
Does that bother you a little bit? Yeah,
No,
like
no.
2 weeks ago with the guy I never saw.
Khalil Roundtree. Yeah.
More stuff came out of his nose.
Yes, it was pretty nasty. But no, I'm very used to it. I just wanted
That's
him to
great.
be able to express himself.
You've done a great job.
Thank you.
You've done
Thank
a
you.
great job.
So back to you. And
I
back to
absolutely love this.
What are you? And first of all, I love this idea of you teaming up with Robert Kennedy.
Right.
And I love this "Make America Healthy Again" idea because there are chemicals and ingredients in our food that are illegal in other countries because they've been shown to be toxic. There's pesticides and herbicides, and there's a lot of shit that's been sprayed on our food that really is unnecessary. And there's a lot of health consequences that people are suffering from a lot of these things.
I
And
brought this chart for you.
beautiful.
Because I had a feeling you'd be asking me.
Thank
Look
you.
at this chart.
He said, "I brought this chart for you because I feel like you." My God, I mean, if you guys know me a little bit, you guys know I'm a big fan of RFK, Elon, Tulsi. It's not that I'm a pro-Trump guy, even though I am. It's all the people that he's surrounding himself with are a bunch of freaking winners. And Joe loves RFK. This is not a or at least pro RFK. And we know RFK wants to make America healthy again. So they start talking about it. And out of nowhere, like a freaking comic, Trump pulls out a chart. He's like, I figured we'd talk about this, so I brought a chart. It's shit's so funny.
Everybody loved me. I don't think I became president of the United States. I did great the second time. I did much better. I don't want to get you in any disputes, but
Beast.
I won that second election so easy, and not just because.
But
of
let me
but
get
wait,
to that. I want to talk to you about
But here's
that.
the thing, I did that, and now I've gotten the nomination again. And don't forget, to get these nominations, you go against very smart people. Ron DeSantis was hot, had to go through him. Nikki Haley was hot, had to go through her. I went through everybody. Record time, right? Record time. I got 3 nominations in a row. Won the first time, did much better the second time. You know, I get millions of votes more the second time, and now I'm doing it a third time. And it's an incredible thing. I never get a good story. I only get bad press. Now, I will say this. It's a lot easier if you're a Democrat. If I were a Democrat,
You get a lot of positive press.
I would get a lot of positive
Yeah,
press.
no, it's a creepy, corrupt business, and the media, to a large extent, acts as a propaganda arm for the Democratic Party.
It's not even believable.
Yeah, it's bizarre to watch, and most young people I
Cool
think
to
are
see
aware
that
of it. I think most
It's cool to see that Joe is bringing up this fact.
boomers still, unfortunately.
You know, Trump is definitely a hard one to interview because when you try to go in for the questions, he hits you at the hand, the freaking jutsu, the sign signals. I don't know. He's trying to hit you with like a katon, like a fireball jutsu. But to the end of this, you know, Joe and Trump are just talking about information, censorship, and all of this. And I think it's probably the most important thing in the stream or in the podcast. So why don't we end the video out with that one?
Disinformation, even though they knew it was not.
100%.
So that's 2 examples that are real examples. Now, anyone who considers himself a legitimate, objective observer of American politics, if you really want the best person to win, you would want people to not lie. And the only reason why they got away with this lie was because they continually labeled you as this horrible threat to democracy and Hitler.
Yeah.
They
But-
kept saying you're going to be a dictator, ignoring the fact that you weren't a dictator for the 4
Correct.
years where you were
The
actually the
opposite.
president.
I was actually the opposite of a dictator. I was a very straight guy. But look, those 3 things, you take those 3 things. Each one of them by themselves causes the result to be different. Okay?
It does.
And then you can go into 100 other things. There's so many. We can't have corrupt elections, and we can't have open borders. You need to have a country. You need borders. You need fair elections. And I'll tell you the other thing you need
This is
is you
true.
need a free and fair press. One of the things I like about doing a show like this, can you imagine Kamala doing this show?
I could imagine her doing this show. I
She'd
would
be
try
laying
to-
on the floor.
She was supposed to do it, and she might
She
still do
wasn't
it,
gonna
and
do
I
it.
hope she does.
She's not gonna
I
do
will
it.
talk to her like a human being. I would
If
try
she
to have a
did this
conversation
kind of an
with her.
interview with you, I hope she does, because it would be a mess. She'd be laying on the floor comatose. You'd be saying, call in the medics.
I think we'd
Call
have
the
a fine
medic.
conversation. I think I'd be able to.
Trump saying like, yo, I would love to see Kamala come in here because she'd go into a comatose and just been deceased. This whole podcast, I get it was with a politician. It might as well have been with just a comedian because Trump was having me laugh through the entirety of the video. I think you guys saw it. But if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, if you like the words that you're hearing coming out of my mouth, maybe not out of their mouth, but at least out of my mouth, please like the video, subscribe, share it with your friend. Whenever something happens on the internet and I have an opinion on it, you guys are going to know about it because I'm going to share my opinion. And now with that said, share your opinion in the comments down below.